Hey everyone, today I'm going to be making a video on meal prepping and what it is and why it is important in the Beachbody and Challenge Pack world. So, um, before we start, I'll just say that I'm not the type of person that likes to plan things out in advance. I'm kind of whimsical. I like to just go with the flow. I like to decide what I want to eat the day of based on how I'm feeling. But this makes it really hard when you are trying to fit a bunch of color-coded containers into your day. And this is probably something that you're not used to doing. It's probably the first time that you've seen these color-coded containers, and it's a totally new way of thinking about food and thinking about how to eat. So with that being said, we'll stop here for a second. If you don't know what I'm talking about when I say color-coded containers, aka things that look like this, that come with programs such as 21 Day Fix, then I would say to stop here and go watch another video on getting started. Because before you watch this video on meal prepping, it's really important to know what plan you're on and about the color-coded containers in general. So if you have bought a Beachbody program, you will get a little booklet that says something like eating plan on it. So here's 21 Day Fix. Here's what it looks like if you bought Country Heat. They all look a little bit different depending on what program you bought, but the gist of it is the same. So you'll want to go through here first and foremost. And you know what, guys? These are really easy to read through. There's a lot of pictures. The text is really big, so read it front to back because there is so much helpful information in here. And it's really important that you understand it before we move into meal prepping. So on one of the first pages, it's going to walk you through how to find what plan you're on. And you will need to know, this is what the plans look like. It's kind of hard to see, but you will need to know which plan you're on before you can start the process of meal prepping. So I'll share with you that if I'm doing a program with the goal of weight loss, I am on plan A, which means I can have 3 veggies, 2 fruits, 2 carbs, 1 healthy fat, et cetera, per day. So the first step is figuring out how many color-coded containers I can have. The second step is deciding what I want to eat for the week. So when I say meal prepping, I am talking about getting all of your meals ready, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks for either the work week, Monday through Friday, or for even an entire 7-day period. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is decide what you're going to eat. So I'm going to share with you a page of kind of my scratch work of what it looks like when I'm figuring out my meal plan for the week. So as you can see, this is a 5-day meal plan, and I think it's going to show up backwards in the video. But for example, on day 1, I say for breakfast, I'm having veggies and scrambled eggs all mixed together. So that's a green and a red. For a snack, I'm having apple and peanut butter with nuts. So that is a purple and 2 teaspoons and an orange container. And I just go through the rest of the day, make sure that all of my containers are in for that day, and then go ahead and finish out the rest of the week. After I get to that point, I make a grocery list on everything that I have written down for the week. And then I go to the grocery store and get everything I need to make dinner for either myself and my husband, and then come back and I will cook everything that I possibly can that day. It usually takes about, I would say maybe 2 hours if you're new at it, maybe like an hour to an hour and a half if you have had a little bit of practice. So this is going to include washing and cutting up your fruits and vegetables and portioning them out in your color-coded containers. Like if you had a bunch of strawberries, you would wash them, dry them, and then measure out 1 serving and then put it in either a Ziploc or a container. So you would like cook your meats and cut up your vegetables and maybe steam them and get them ready, wash all of your fruits, put together any salads, measure out your dressings for the week, just get everything ready so that when Monday comes around, you're going to be able to reach in the fridge and have everything ready and pull it out. And like, it's so awesome because this is basically having fast food on hand. Sorry, my dog is barking in the background. This is basically like having fast food. And when you are doing one of these Beachbody programs, you are probably going to be hungry some of the days. And if you don't have anything prepped, you will be more likely to reach for a snack or a treat or something quick or go out to fast food or grab a coffee because you don't have something prepped. And meal prepping Autumn Calabrese, one of the trainers that you will get to know and love, always says that meal prepping is not half the battle, it is the battle. If you can figure out how to meal prep successfully, that is going to just be absolutely huge in your success with these programs, because in being healthy, it's 80% nutrition and 20% exercising. And meal prepping is just ensuring that you have everything on hand that you need to be healthy and everything that you need to eat that day so that you can stay on track and you're not going to be tempted to go and pull out things that are not on the list and not in the eating plan. So this can be a little bit intimidating if it's something that's new to you and something that you've never done before. So we've done several things to help you. One of them is that in your challenge group, in the files tab or in the info tab, if you are on your cell phone, there are a bunch of meal plans that have already been made. So you don't have to do the guesswork and figure out how many containers you need per day and what you're going to eat. And you can even kind of pick and choose from those and make your own customized meal plan. The most important thing is that all of these plans are made for plan A. So if you are plan B or higher, you need to add a few things in to make it right for you. But it still is most of the work done for you. And there's lots of different options. There's ones that are good for budgeting. There's ones that are good for just keeping it simple. There's ones that are good for not having to cook a lot of things. Lacey is trying so hard to be in this video. So definitely check those out because it's doing a lot of the work for you. Also, in your nutrition guides, there are recipes for Shakeology in the back. There are recipes for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And there is also sample meal plans in each individual book. So you can also use those too. You can check out Pinterest. There are a ton of recipes on Pinterest. You can just Google Beachbody Plan A meal plan, Beachbody Plan B meal plan, and I bet you could find some awesome stuff doing that too. The internet is an awesome thing, and if you are struggling, just Google what you need and it'll appear right there for you. On Beachbody On Demand and in your booklets, there are also these little trackers. So you can mark off, this one is not colored, it would be helpful if it was colored, but you can mark off how many containers you are eating each day to kind of keep track of it, because it can be kind of unnatural when you're first starting. So that is basically the gist of meal prepping. The goal is just to go to the grocery store, plan out your week, similar to what you would do with just an average day if you were using a planner and trying to plan out your time. You're just planning out your food for the week and making sure that you have everything you need to stay healthy and stay on track in your fridge so it's easy to just pull out. So that being said, I know a lot of people in this group are really busy. I am really busy. I work 12-hour shifts. I'm tired. If I'm working a bunch in a row, cooking is the last thing I want to do. So that's why it's really important for me to meal prep before those shifts so that I can just pull out the food I need each day I'm going to work, and then that's that. So I am going to share with you some tips on what to do if you are struggling with meal prepping, or if you just know that you're really busy and need to cut down on time or find solutions to make life easier. So one of the things that we just talked about, use one of those meal plans that we already came up with. This is going to save a bunch of time, a bunch of guesswork. Even if you just do it for the first week, just try out one of the ones that we already made for you to take the guesswork out. There's also our favorite Shakeology recipes in the files tab as well. Another thing is when you go to the grocery store, pretty much any grocery store nowadays has stuff that takes some of the prep work out. So they have pre-cut fruit, pre-cut veggies. They even have like onions that have already been diced. They have those chickens, those rotisserie chickens that are like they're less than $10 for an entire chicken. Just make sure to peel off the skin. And that has I think it has 4 or 5 protein servings in it. So that's a great choice. Make things that don't require a lot of prep and you can make a lot at a time, like boiling eggs. You can get Greek yogurt. That's really easy to just scoop into your red container, add some berries, and you're good to go. You can get fruit that has a peel, like an orange or a banana, so then you don't have to worry about cleaning it and cutting it up. There are lots of things you can do to make this easier on yourself. And of course, if you are just not finding recipes that you like, or you're struggling with meal prepping, post in the group. There are a ton of people in here that are busy, and that there are people that are brand new. There are people that have done this a couple times before, and your awesome coaches that are in here too. So just post your questions and let us know how we can help you. Meal prepping can be a little bit tricky at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's going to make life so easy, and you're going to feel so spoiled that all you have to do is pull your food right out of the fridge and then it's ready to go. So guys, I hope this video was helpful for you and gave you some good tips. If you have any good tips on meal prepping, post them down below in the comments. And I hope everyone has an awesome day. Bye.